So we'll start by sitting quietly together. So to bring back our attention within, because attention is going toward outer objects on the world, our thoughts. So we'll come back to the observer who is witnessing all whatever is happening. Even we are aware of it or not, this witnessing consciousness is always aware of what is happening in our mind, in our emotions, in our energy experiences. So our whole body-mind is reacting to what is happening outside in the world. So if our attention stays on the outside, then we are scattered and we lose easily our center. So now we want to become more aware that our attention is scattered outside and our mind is dragging us literally. So now we want to regain our own power by coming back to this witness consciousness which is always present. There is not a moment when this consciousness is not aware of everything, even in the deep sleep, in our dream state, in the waking state. So now we want to just be here and to have no intention, no opinion on anything, no opinion on any thought, on any feeling, on anything which is coming. Just a loving attention, loving presence, which is embracing whatever comes. For that, we may use our breathing. If we need, we can use that to go in the abdomen and just listen very carefully to the breathing. We first take a few deep breaths, feeling it in the abdomen. And in each inhale and exhale, we let it expand and go deeper. And we should keep our attention fully on the breathing to be totally focused. We use it to bring back our attention here. We notice if there is some resistance to let go of the expansion of the breath. We notice also if there is a tendency to go ahead before it happens, or if we are just in a neutral, observing, witnessing of the breath. And we can feel this breathing like the breathing of the Divine Mother, who is breathing through this body. So I'm just witnessing the Divine Mother breathing and feeling this loving presence. And the breath go deeper and deeper to be more and more relaxed. So relaxed that we will go in that space, like in deep sleep, when we are so deep in rest, like nothing is moving, only the breathing is moving, and it's this deep silence. This deep silence with the background of the breathing. And we realize that, oh my God, this silence is always here. It's just my attention is somewhere else. Oh my God, this peace is always here. It's just my attention is somewhere else. And that peace, that silence is like the multidimensional screen, invisible screen of consciousness on which the whole movie, including the breathing, is happening. And I am that invisible space where everything is happening. I am that space which has no preference, no notion of good and bad, which loves everything as it is. And I am this loving space which loves this character which is sitting here as he is, without any judgment, without any expectation. In that space which I am, there is no need to achieve anything, to go anywhere. I'm always here. I have always been here. I will always be here. And here I feel totally safe, fulfilled, satisfied. This, what I am, is reality which is not changing. The outside world is a projection where there cannot be a real stability, only in our own self, in our own nature. So the more we are aware of this silence, this peace which is always present, the more will be a light into the world, to shine this peace and this silence and love. That's what the world can be counterbalanced. So we have the choice to not play the game of the mind and to be more and more aware of that. The world is trying to drag our attention. But let's remember it's a play, the play of God, Lila, and we should not let us trapped in this illusion. So the only peace is inside, it is our own self. So we can pray our masters, gurus to help us to stay in that awareness 24/7 as much as possible and not being trapped by our own minds and the mind of others. Thank you. So I will yes, I was unmuting you, so if you want to come back, you have to press on your mic, your button to come back, yes. Yes, I'm aware of whatever, we are all aware of whatever is happening in the world. There is quite some disturbances, and on the top of that, it is a full moon since yesterday. So it's all activated. So we are going through a very special and intense time, but it's also a chance to grow in awareness. So we can take this in our own advantage and turn in our complaint in gratefulness, to be grateful for the chance to cross that in the best way this time. Yes, so we can help each other to remind each other, hey, hey, hey. Yes. So you can unmute yourself, Nilima, if you want. Yes. So.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Beautiful words. And also good the body contact with the breathing.
Yes, 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 yes. Yes, I agree. It's important to ground ourselves in the body because it's more difficult than in the past to meditate in this time. So grounding, it's helpful. We use grounding in the body. Even people I know were meditating many, many hours, and my first guru also was advocating to meditate a lot, like 8, 12 hours during retreat and so on. But I was talking with a friend recently, and he said that this master said in the next soon future, which is now, it will not be possible to meditate as much as now. So it's a good time. It was about 25 years ago. And now we experience that. It's not as easy to sit quietly. And we see in the world what happens. So we have to be more aware and more willing to be in that inner peace. Yes. Otherwise the world will swallow us through our mind. It will take us full out. So it's a beauty.
Taken already.
Huh?
Already taken. So many things happening, taken.
Yeah, but it's now. Now is, there is only one time, and it's now. There is no other time. The other time is something which seems to have yesterday, tomorrow, past, and future. But the real time is now. So when we speak about like that, we play the game of time. But we should not. We should say no. There is only now. So now is the only moment. There is no other moment. Yes. It doesn't mean we don't choose practical things to make plan and so on, but from inside, to be aware that the only reality is now. Yes, so now is the moment to be aware. No need to think about anything else now. Awareness is never in future or past.
What?
Awareness is never in past or future. So to be aware, we have to be now. So the mind does not like to hear that, because the mind likes to fly in past and future, in fear and desires.
So much mind.
Yes.
Mind is attracted to so many things.
Yes.
Continuously.
Yes. So it's good to see it is a very good step to see it. If we don't see it, we can't do anything. We first have to acknowledge the condition of the mind. And then we see, oh my God, this mind always jumping left and right. Yes. And then we can turn back attention. Who is looking at this mind? Who is jumping? Not the mind. And then we can stay quiet and just observe this monkey. Yeah. Yes, what else to do? But it's our own will, we need to use our will power to decide what we want in life. We want to let our mind be trapped again and again by what happened in the world, or we want to the highest.
How you came to know about this topic now? It is important to discuss.
Because this is the highest, to know yourself, what you are, and to not be trapped. Today I want to speak shortly about Buddha, because it's a celebration of the birth of Buddha.
Buddha Purnima.
So just a short reminder, because we are all little Buddhas. And the story of Buddha is he was in his kingdom, and his father was preventing him to see the world outside. He was giving all the pleasures, all the comfort, beautiful woman, food, everything what the mind likes, to not let him see what is in the world. And when one day he wanted really to see what is in the world, and he was shocked. He saw people suffering, dying, and old age, and he said to himself, I will never accept that. And it was so strong in him, this desire to overcome that, this intensity, made that he left, against the will of his father, his own kingdom, to go beyond that. So do we have this gut, this intensity, to go beyond this maya, this trap, to realize our true nature like Buddha? Do we have this intensity to live our own kingdom? Our own kingdom is what? Our comfort zone, right?
Yes.
So we want to be in a comfort zone, and we don't mind staying trapped.
Outside attractions.
Yeah, so it's a compromise. We make a compromise to please the mind, and we give up. We don't really listen to the intensity of the call of our soul. So it's also what I shared with you recently, what happened in Vrindavan. I was in this temple, and Suzanne was here, and I could not move from the floor. My head was stuck on the floor, and I was crying and shaking. And this lesson was really surrender to that intensity, to that voice, that God voice, Guru voice inside of us, who tell us what is right or not from conditioning, not from mind, not from fear and desires, but from this voice. This same voice as the intensity of Buddha, who was seeking for that so intensely. He was going naked in the jungle, no food. Can we do that? We want everything. We want to have the absolute wellness, but we are not ready to follow that intensity in ourselves. And we follow our mind, our fear and desires. So this is a good reminder today for Guru Purnima to all these great people like Buddha who did transcend our condition as slave of the mind and the body mind. They had this intensity all. That's the difference with people who are stuck or half stuck, who want but we are in between. But this intensity is what is driving. This intensity, like will call event in life to support us for that. But so it's our own. That's where our own willpower from the soul is coming into consideration. What do I want? So We can ask, what do I want as a content in life? I want to be rich, I want this comfort, I want that. That's a good question to ask, what do I want? But then to ask a deeper question is, why do I want this thing? Why? Because I think this thing will make me happy. To get this, to get this, to get this. I think it will make me happy. But there is a third question, deeper even. Who is this one who is wanting all this? So we come back to self-inquiry and to ask, who is wanting anything? Who is here in this body? Is there anyone? This one that we call me. So all these questions, that's what I've been driving all these Buddha people, and hopefully we can also have this call from within, and because that's also how we can support people and the world around us. The more we are aware, otherwise we'll go and get lost like most people in the world, so and will does nothing. So it's up to us where we want to put our feet. So anything, I've been speaking a lot. Anything you want to share?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Would like to share.
Yes, Suzanne, you have all time. Yes.
But sometimes, I see it like 2 steps. First step, the decision, I want to be happy. And of course, when we fulfill the things in outside, we will see it not really fulfill us, and we search deeper. And but I feel also there is nothing wrong, because I would like to share this beautiful talk with my mother, and she and her husband, there was very negative long time about the war, all what is happening. And my mom, she said yesterday to me, very strong, she was in a very good mood. She said, we decided now we want to be happy. But because the days where they will be in this body are counted. They are now 76 or 78, I forgot. And she said, we don't know how long we are here in this body. Why to be always worried? It makes no sense. And she said, they do now things what makes them happy, because it's better than always listen to the news and get depressed. And they decided now, all people, they are both the youngest, they make a journey with the ship in the East Sea, and the oldest woman is around 90. And they're animated, the old people in the house, to join them to this journey. All these people are not more able to walk alone. They have this rollator, and they go with the rollator on the journey to spend some nourishing time together. And for people who are not on the path, I feel it's great also to do these simple things.
Yes, there is nothing wrong, of course, nothing wrong, is beautiful. But there is several layers, and they are not opposite to each other. You can, for example, the 3 layers I was talking about, what do I want in life, So you can try to achieve that, whatever it is, whether it is outside or inside. And then simultaneously, as another layer, a secret layer, you can ask, I do that, but at the same time I observe why I do that. Why do I want to get a big house, a this, a that, why? Without trying to answer, just an observation. And then a third layer, deeper. Who is wanting that? So that is the deepest level of self-inquiry. While you do the action, at the same time you observe the I and the sense of doership, the movement of I, who wants and doesn't want, desire, fear. Is through. That's why it's meditation in action. Through action, we observe how the mind works, how the ego works, and how he is living in a world of preference, the ego. And ego mind is not bad. What is make us suffer is identification with the ego mind. But if we see it as part of nature, a tree also wants more light, more water. He wants the best, a tree. Animals also want the best. That's how samsara is turning the wheel. And the human mind is also part of nature. That's how samsara is turning. But what makes us suffer is to identify with that. But prakriti, or nature. But if we withdraw as an observer, as purucha or witness consciousness, and realize I am not in this play of nature, I am the observer. So this expression is an expression of myself, but I'm not lost in it. So it's all about identification. So to observe the nature of the mind, who is also working in terms of preference. Like someone said, I forgot who, the great way is not difficult for the one who has no preferences. So the one who has no preference is consciousness. It love everything as it is. So it's unconditional love. And from there we can observe the mind without judging him, just seeing, oh, ego is always trying to find the best, like the tree, like the animals. So it's part of nature, prakriti. You understand? So nothing is wrong, it's like just observing. And then at the same time, it's part of nature that the human mind wants more comfort, more this, more that. But to believe behind that, when there is a confusion between the soul and the mind, to believe that this will make me happy, that is a confusion. To be aware inside, no, this will not necessarily make me happy, maybe for some time, because I am just, I'm not in that. So this is just a play. So that's what makes a difference in my sense. So nothing is wrong, and it's good that people do what they do, like you said, to enjoy life like that, but there is some deeper level of experiencing life also. Not just be identified as a character who want to enjoy life. It's good, but it's part of the, yes. So it's one way to see and explain things, but there is, hopefully, infinite ways to observe. And so it's my way of explaining and seeing.
Give example. Give example.
Example of what?
Observing.
But the best example is that you can now observe. You imagine, like I was giving this little game in a video. Imagine you are an extraterrestrial and you are just landing in this human head and you're observing what is happening. You are just curious. You come in this body mind and you say, oh my God, what an experience to sit in that human body, and I'm just here to observe. I'm silent. Consciousness
For
is...
example, now in our country war is going on. So it's very disturbing.
Yeah, so
very, very disturbing and distracting.
Very good example. Very good example. Then you bring your, either you keep your attention there outside and then you're trapped, or you say, oh, thank you, my God. You bring back attention here inside and you observe the reaction of your mind, the reaction, your emotions, energy, and you are just a silent observer. Then you say, thank you. You consider this event, the war or relationship, whatever, you consider that as bells. You're living in an ashram. The world is an ashram. You're always in an ashram. And bells are ringing, and the triggers are your bells. So anytime you feel a trigger, you feel like it's puja time. You bring back attention to consciousness, to yourself. So you use the word as if you live in an ashram, in a temple. And every trigger, when you hear something which is disturbing you, in the news, for example, it's a bell, it's your temple, and say, oh, come back. I don't want to be trapped by that. Just witness your own mind, your own reaction, your own emotions. You see, you use everything in your own advantage, if you are clever, or you get trapped by your own mind, which is trapped by the world. So it's your choice. You see? Because that's how people get trapped in this politics and war.
Very much.
Because
Very
of
much.
confusion. But do we want to play the same game and confirm the same mistake, or do you want to be more wise and bring back attention to the peace here?
Peace.
You see? We have to be more clever than that. Otherwise, it's like this, I said a few times this dream when I was teenager of this devil with flame who was throwing flame like that, and I was trying to kill him, to burn it. The more I was trying, the more it was terrible. If we do that, the world is the same, The world says, I am real. You have to do this. It's like a devil. The devil seems to be outside. But it's a temptation, the temptation of the Christ, or the temptation of Buddha when he was sitting on the Buddha tree, and then Mara was sending him all temptation. Beautiful woman, warriors to kill him. He was out. What was his reaction? He stayed closed-eyed. And the flame, all the weapon, and now, if it would be today, it would be bombs. The bombs was coming to him, and it was, before to touch the body, it was turning into rose. Can you do that with the information which is coming from your television? When they reach you, instead of being like bombs, they turn into flowers, because it's Maya, it's a play. So it's your awareness which is changing the movie. Depend on your inner attitude. So change everything as a rose, in a rose. You see? Buddha did that, and today it is his birthday. So maybe it's a good day to decide, I want to change everything into that also. Meaning, I will use every trigger to bring back my attention to this silent and peace. And I will act and live from this place only. I will make no concession anymore with my own mind, not live through fear and desires, or if it has to happen, then I will observe and be a witness of that. And so it's my choice. What kind of life do I want to have? So we can pray in difficult time to our gurus, masters, to God, to whoever, to help us to have this intensity of longing, to help us to not be trapped by fear. Because when we become angry, it's mostly because we are in fear. Behind, people act in war because they are in fear. So we want to control. By fear, we turn into control. By war, weapon, and this and that. So, we should be wiser and bring peace into the world.
Yeah.
So we have to...
Challenging like few days.
Sorry?
Few days were challenging.
Yes, it's good. Challenges, they are good because they are our bells. Without these challenges, there is no temple. So, Otherwise, we'll stay sleeping in this dream. So there is some power, because there is this call of the soul, some power want to awaken us from this dream. Because we want real happiness, not a happiness which is changing when this or that disappear, or when the world is not behaving as I like, which is creating discomfort. So if my soul is calling for something which is not staying at that level, then life will support the guru, the absolute guru. Life will support that shift of consciousness, and I am also part of it. I'm also like you. So, but I feel it's what is happening. It's a shift, and it is starting by ourselves, and the world helps us.
It's also amazing when this challenging, the things are so challenging in the outside, then you go really on your knees and you pray and you feel there is a switch happening. You go out of the Maya and clarity is inside you. And there is not more some thinking and stuff, and this brings you out, and okay, and maybe the body will do something, but it happened from a deeper, from something deeper, of something what is more real. And this is always for me amazing when I'm in very shit situations and start to pray, and this shift is happening, and sometimes I wonder why I speak not only about me. I think we are all like this. In challenging situation, we come closer to God. When we are in the comfort zone, no one is really praying from the deepest heart. When we feel like in paradise on earth, we are dancing around and create on problems.
Yes, it's exactly like when somebody is sleeping. If we want to wake up this person, if we just make this, if somebody is sleeping very deep, if we just make this, it will not feel anything. So maybe a little more, and then until finally you have to really shake the person that he has to wake up. So this shaking is what you speak about, I feel. If we stay in our comfort zone, then we stay in our deep sleep in this Maya, in samsara. So identified as this character only. But if there is a call from within, then the life will shake us through events which will take us out of that. So I totally agree. That's why we should not be afraid of fear and afraid of obscurity or difficult time, because it's like a test. To cross this, it's like if the light is beyond that. So if we are not able to go beyond this extreme state sometime, then we'll stay stuck in this. So it is surrendering, not only in the moment of good happening, but surrendering in the difficult time, to when we go through hell or difficult time, to have this little light inside. This is the moment to stay open.
Yes, and so we see it's very natural. There is nothing strange that it happened. It's like contraction, expansion. You are in the movement of life.
Yes, exactly. So even that is part of nature. When I was speaking about the movement of nature, like trees, animal, and the mind of the human, but this evolution is also part of nature. For pure consciousness, nothing happens. Pure consciousness is not moving, is stable. But this evolution of what we are speaking and awakening is part of nature also. So we can, and this shaking happening will throw us beyond that as that pure consciousness who is aware that, oh, it's not touched by anything. So, but all this happening are within the play of expansion and contraction. So, but we can observe that play, and the more we can observe, the more we are close to that peace and silence, witnessing contraction and expansion. Yes, beautiful to share that, yes. So that's why to not be afraid. And when we have been lucky to go through very difficult situation, I read by chance an article shared from a writer, I forgot his name, famous writer, from someone who shared that. And he says this writer that people who touch the most people is because these people are the people who have been going through very tough, extreme situation, lose everything, dramatic. And when you go through extreme situation and states, then you are going beyond that, and you gain a depth inside that when you talk to people and share with people, they can feel it. And I found this beautifully said, and that's what you said also.
Absolutely, and it keeps you alive. Because if you look at people who have a whole lifetime in the comfort zone, they are dead. There is no aliveness.
Yes, like Jesus said, he said let the dead play with the dead and you follow me. Yes. So beautiful. We are very insightful sharing together. And that's how we can support, we are all, because we have been maybe following some teachers, gurus, masters, and we are on our way. We can support each other by keeping this vibe alive together. So, yes. And it's more and more happening because more and more people are craving for that. So that is a good thing, So on one side, terrible, difficult things happen, but on the other side, there is more and more craving for being aware of what is beyond all that. So it goes together. So we are ending our meeting now. Thank you so much. So
next week, Monday again. Monday.
Yes, every Monday. So today is the first day, and every Monday I also announce this because I will probably post this meeting on online on YouTube. Will not see you guys, only your voice. But so for these people, I also say that it will be every Monday at 8 p.m. Indian time. So everybody is welcome, and you can find the link here for next meeting.
I think on Facebook
you can find the link.
I think on Facebook you wrote.
You can find the link below the video here for next Zoom meeting. Yes, so it will be every Monday 8 p.m. Indian time. So
and 4:30 European time.
Yes, 4:30 for Paris, Germany. Yes, 7:30 San Francisco. Yes. So thank you so much.
On Facebook, listen, you have written it on as every Thursday.
No. Thursday is a French meeting, so it's good to say that. Okay. Thursday is a meeting in French, and it is at 7:30 p.m. French time, Paris time. Paris time. So there is 2 meetings. English, I repeat, to make it clear, every Monday at 8 p.m. Indian time, in English, and every Thursday in French at 7:30 Paris time. Thank you so much. So, and it is the same link which is below this video, yes, for both.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I enjoy very much to be with you. And yes,
Lilima, wish you good week, and we
Yeah.
meet next Monday.